Hello everyone! Today we're going to check out some new MeiLong magnetic budget cubes from MoYu. Let's get right into it! First up we have the 3x3, then 5x5, 4x4, and lastly the 2x2. Then we also have a pamphlet that details all of the information about the Cubicle's premium lube collection, and lastly a Cubicle business card. Alright, so here are the 4 new cubes. They're all magnetic and they're all budget cubes. And I like this low profile packaging. Let's go ahead and start out with the 2x2. Alright, so it comes with a yellow MoYu stand. That looks cool. Alright, so in the package we have the stand, the cube, which just comes simply like this, no plastic wrap or anything, and then an accessories box. And all the accessories box has in it are a few MoYu cards, a pamphlet, and a screwdriver. So this puzzle is very lightweight, and the logo is a sticker. That's nice. Ooh, whoa. Okay, that's pretty slow. Actually, that really sped up very fast. The first few moves were super stiff, but it sped up a bit. The turning is really like lightweight and clacky. Also, this is kind of strange. It's kind of reminding me of a GAN puzzle with these black internals. That's a new look. It does kind of just feel like a cheaper MoYu 2x2, like a WeiPo that's lightweight and well, it's a bit tighter, so the corner cutting is not the best. I think the direct competitor to this cube would be the new QiYi MS cubes. So these came out right around the same time, and they're both budget magnetic cubes from competing brands. Now between the two of them, I think the QiYi one was definitely a lot nicer out of the box, very much smoother than this one. This is kind of clacky and snappy. Probably between the two, I would recommend the QiYi one. The turning is kind of more harsh on this one than the QiYi MS. The MS is very smooth and like buttery, like a Volk 4 kind of feel. And this one is really snappy and a bit sandy on the turning. But beyond that, it's sped up nicely, but it's probably not the budget magnetic 2x2 that I would recommend. Let's move on to the 3x3. Now I have heard amazing things about this one. Once again, the cube is right here on the top, no plastic wrapping or anything. And we got a different color MoYu stand, this time it's orange. And basically the exact same accessories, just MoYu cards, pamphlet, and screwdriver. So I've tried the older version of the MeiLong. Looks like they've updated the color scheme, that's nice. We have some darker blues and reds, and a brighter yellow. I like that a lot. This thing, I have the non-magnetic version, and the performance was surprisingly good for a non-magnetic cube. Now that they've made a magnetic cube, I think this thing will be really amazing. Just like the 2x2, it's a bit stiff and slightly slow out of the box. It's also very dry and sandy. And honestly, I think I would also like to loosen this a bit more before using it extensively. Yeah, it does seem a bit tight. But since it is just a budget cube, there's nothing really fancy under the center cap. It's just a normal screw mechanism, no spring compression or anything. Although, if you do want to check out a budget cube with spring compression from MoYu, the new RS3M 2020 has spring compression in it, and it's a budget magnetic 3x3 under $10. This is a vast improvement, I think, over the non-magnetic version. I think honestly everything with magnets is better, but this just adds so much more controllability to the puzzle. I'll make a quick comparison to the QiYi MS 3x3. These are very distinct puzzles. The QiYi MS is kind of loud, snappy, and crisp turning, whereas this one is a bit more buttery smooth. It's softer, it's quieter, and if you're into that thing, then I would definitely recommend the MeiLong 3x3. This cube is also cheaper than the QiYi MS 3x3. It's only $6. So this is basically the cheapest stock magnetic cube you can buy now, and it's really good for the price. So we have the exact same packaging for this 4x4 here, and this time we got a green MoYu stand, and the exact same accessories collection. So this is a nice size. It is 59mm like the WRM rather than 60 like some of the other flagships out there nowadays. It is, once again, really stiff, tight, and slow out of the box. But let's see if it breaks in at all. So one thing I didn't mention about this cube or the previous two cubes is that they all seem to have a sort of frosted plastic surface. So it seems like the type that'll kind of rub away and be easier to grip as you use the puzzle. So I'm not really complaining about that, but figure I'll point it out. And all of these puzzles do have the same sort of black internals. It's a very interesting look. As for this 4x4 in particular, it's definitely speeding up, but it is also super tight out of the box and probably completely unusable for me in a speed solve. I mean, it's like struggling to make cuts like this. I feel like that shouldn't be a difficult cut to make. But one thing I really love about this cube is the size. It's great to see this smaller size carried onto these budget cubes. The QiYi budget 4x4, on the other hand, was like 62 millimeters. Now you can see a big size difference between these two puzzles. And this one was probably a bit nicer out of the box. It's definitely faster and less kind of sandy than this one is out of the box, but I much prefer the size of the MeiLong 4x4. Now I have heard really good things about this cube once it's like broken in and lubed properly, but it's not immediately usable, so it makes it slightly harder for me to recommend to beginners who don't really want to put a lot of effort into setting up their cubes. So last up is the 5x5. We have another green stand on the same accessories box. This cube also feels very small. I'm surprised. Wow, okay, compared to the QiYi MS 5x5, this is like a mini 5x5. Even compared to the Valk, this is a lot smaller. Okay, that's insane. This is a 60 millimeter 5x5, which makes it even smaller than this QiYi 4x4, and only 1 millimeter bigger than the 4x4 I just reviewed. That's crazy. Either way, let's get into some turns. Ooh, that's not bad, wow. So this one's definitely not as stiff and slow out of the box as the previous three puzzles were. I would still probably loosen it a tiny bit, but performance-wise, I'm pretty impressed. And this 5x5 size is just absolutely tiny. I don't think I've ever used a 5x5 this small before. All the layers are really good speed too. Even the inner layers by themselves, super good speed. So this 5x5 is only $12, and that makes it really cheap, and it's also really small, so it's pretty easy for me to recommend this one. I think the performance is pretty similar to the QiYi MS 5x5. I'd kind of lean toward the MeiLong 5x5 just because of the size, honestly. And for me, someone who has smaller hands, I don't find that the layers are too small to turn individually if need be, and I did feel like the MS 5x5 was a bit on the large size for me. So I think this is a great budget 5x5 just because of the size and ease of use right out of the box. That wraps up my thoughts on the 4 new MeiLong magnetic budget cubes. I think I was most impressed with the 3x3 and the 5x5. I'd like to give a huge thank you to TheCubicle for sending me these 4 new puzzles to review. If you'd like to buy any of these puzzles, I will have links in the description below so you can go buy them from TheCubicle.com. Also, if you like saving money, you can use the discount code LCC to get 5% off of all of your orders from TheCubicle. So that's about all I have for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.